Again on 610 right here at the East Loop, making its way through some traffic right now. And we continue to see those two Houston police vehicles keeping a close distance.
It's picking up speed there.
Yeah, picking up a little speed there as it continues to race up 610. We've also seen the truck, many of you who've been watching, drive on the median at times. Now it looks like even more speed there.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see whether this driver hits any traffic that would potentially help the officers catch up or at least be able to slow things down. But having headed north now, we're in the north and heading into the North Loop area. So passing through downtown, swinging around into sort of northeast Houston, coming around the city. So this is a very busy part of town. Obviously going to hit some pretty heavy traffic pretty soon. So this is heading up towards the Heights area, moving through on 610. Please, again, get in touch with drivers if you know. So that driver jumping off, exiting off of 610 at this point. We're going to get confirmation on what exit that just was, but exiting off of 610. So this is in the northeast Houston area. If you have someone leaving downtown Houston right now, if they take side roads, if they head up into the Heights, into the near north side area, East Houston, please be careful. Let them know. Unclear exactly, but this vehicle's slowing down.
Slowing down now.
All right, so losing some options here, hitting this traffic. So we'll see what law enforcement chooses to do. That white truck there on the lower part of your screen.
Now we're seeing more vehicles, more police vehicles.
Okay, so at least a half dozen there. They're getting out of their vehicles. No sign of any movement from the driver, and no sign at this point of any passengers in this vehicle, but we haven't gotten confirmation. Looks like there's a hand reaching out of the back of the vehicle. Hands up.
You can see officers have their guns drawn, at least some of them at this point. What we see at least would be a dozen officers moving at least toward the vehicle.
All right, so you can see your hand reaching out of that truck right now. You can see multiple law enforcement. It looks like about a dozen police vehicles there on the scene with someone reaching their hands out. So that vehicle, this traffic stop has now concluded in a 30-minute chase, and now more than a dozen law enforcement officers coming onto the scene.
The suspect here has come out of the car. It looks like it kind of stumbled. The person stumbled to come out of the car, now has their hands up. Walking toward the officers, walking toward with the hands up.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is in northeast Houston. This is on an exit ramp off of 610. We haven't gotten exact confirmation. This started on the 400 block of Dover for a traffic stop, so this has traveled quite a ways. But
now
once again, 4,000 block of
Dover.
Dover.
Police now have the suspect in custody. It looks like, as we zoom in, it looks like they now officially have that suspect.
All right, we haven't gotten confirmation as to whether there are additional individuals in the vehicle besides the one person that we've seen exit the vehicle at this time.
Yeah, so
but we do still see officers standing ground. The second individual getting out of the vehicle, walking backwards, arms up, so surrendering to law enforcement at this point. So that's the second person that we've seen get out of this vehicle.
You can see police taking serious precautions here, not knowing just how many people are in the vehicle. Again, as Caitlin said, the second suspect here, second person at least in the vehicle, now getting down, hands up, and now officers will then approach that person.
All right, we're waiting for confirmation here on what exit ramp this is happening on, but this is in northeast Houston, so just north of the city on 610. Those who've gotten out of work, heading through the area, you'll likely hear the sirens, see the lights as you're moving through. Traffic being delayed. This is a third individual getting out of the vehicle, walking backwards, arms up, surrendering to police. Third person getting out of that white pickup truck that had been on a chase for 30 minutes. Law enforcement following this vehicle for 30 minutes from the Hobby Airport area now up into northeast Houston.
Yes, you can see walking backward right now again. So now a third person in custody. Officers still, though, have their guns drawn, not sure exactly if there might be another person. But so far, we have watched live here from Skyfox. 3 people get out of that white pickup truck, the truck, of course, leading police on the chase for some 30 minutes across the city.
Looks like they're going to go in and inspect the vehicle. All right, this is the McCarty ramp. We just got that confirmed. This is the McCarty exit off of 610. Heading northbound into the northeast part of Houston. Now,
officers approaching the vehicle. They've seen,
looks like no one else.
3 suspects, 3 people get out, just making sure there's no one else inside.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the threat from this is over. Again, this is the McCarty exit on 610. That vehicle, multiple law enforcement vehicles, at least a half dozen or so there in the area, so they'll likely have that area blocked off for some time. Just let people